Your muscle strength after 60 is fading, not just from aging, it might from what's missing on your plate. Comment D if you think you're low on vitamins, or OK if you believe your diet is solid. Number 8. Vitamin C. If you find yourself sore for days after light activity, or small tasks leave your muscles aching more than they used to, your body might be missing something vital in its repair kit. Vitamin C isn't just for colds. It's your body's construction crew, working behind the scenes to rebuild muscle tissue, reduce inflammation, and keep your joints and connective tissues strong. Without enough of it, small tears in your muscle fibers, which happen naturally with movement, might not heal the way they should. For adults over 60, this becomes even more important. As we age, our body's ability to produce collagen slows down. Collagen is the structural protein that holds your muscles, tendons, and joints together, and vitamin C is the raw material your body uses to make it. According to Harvard Medical School, low vitamin C levels might delay muscle recovery and increase oxidative stress, which could contribute to chronic inflammation and muscle weakness in older adults, especially those with joint conditions or low immunity. So what can you do? Load your plate with citrus fruits, strawberries, bell peppers, or even a simple glass of orange juice. These foods aren't just refreshing, they help your muscles bounce back faster and your body feel less stiff day to day. And remember, senior health tips aren't always about medications or hard workouts. Sometimes it starts with a few good bites. I'm Dr. Dan, and now that we've covered the worst pantry mistakes and the most helpful vitamins, let's pull everything together in one simple plan. Stick around, the summary will help you take action starting today. We've covered how crucial vitamin B12 is for nerve-to-muscle communication and how it can help with issues like tingling, weakness, and balance. We also explored vitamin C, not just for immunity, but for its vital role in collagen production, muscle repair, and reducing soreness and inflammation. It's clear that small, consistent changes in your diet can lead to significant improvements in your strength and mobility as you age. It's not about being perfect, but about making better choices, one day at a time, to support your body and maintain your independence. Number 7. Vitamin B12. If you've been feeling tingling in your hands, or your feet don't quite listen the way they used to, your body might be running low on something important. Vitamin B12 plays a key role in how your brain communicates with your muscles. When levels drop, that communication gets fuzzy. You might start noticing numbness, slower reflexes, or weakness when gripping or walking, even if your energy seems fine. For adults over 60, this isn't uncommon. As we age, our stomach produces less of the acid needed to absorb B12 from food, especially if you're taking medications for acid reflux or diabetes. And if your nerves can't carry signals smoothly, your muscles won't get the message to fire properly. According to the National Institute on Aging, low vitamin B12 levels might lead to balance problems, weakness in the limbs, and numbness or tingling, all of which could increase the risk of falls and muscle loss in older adults. So what can you do? First, ask your doctor to check your B12 levels. It's a simple blood test. Then look for foods like eggs, dairy, fish, or fortified cereals, and if needed, B12 supplements or injections can help restore those nerve-to-muscle connections over time. These are the kinds of senior health tips. They don't just protect your muscles, they protect your independence. Have you noticed tingling in your hands or feet lately? If yes, type 7 so others know this is more common than people think. I'm Dr. Dan, and in number 8, we'll turn to a surprising vitamin that helps your body protect and repair muscle tissue, and it's probably already in your fridge. Stay with me. Number 6. Vitamin D. If you've been feeling off balance lately, maybe a little shaky getting out of bed, or less steady walking across the kitchen, this one simple vitamin might help you stand stronger. Vitamin D acts like a switch inside your body. When it's turned on, your muscles know how to fire, your bones absorb calcium, and your steps feel just a little more confident. But when it's missing, things start to slip, literally. And for adults over 60, even a small deficiency might increase the risk of falls, muscle aches, or longer recovery after daily activity. Here's why it matters. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, yes, but it also supports the communication between your nerves and muscles. Without it, your legs might feel weaker, your reflexes slower, and your endurance more limited, even if you're eating well or staying active. According to the American Heart Association, alkaline vitamin D levels might support muscle strength and balance in older adults, reducing the risk of falls and frailty, particularly in those over 60 who spend less time outdoors or have lower sun exposure. The good news? You don't need to spend hours in the sun. Just 15-20 minutes of morning light on your arms and face 2 or 3 times a week can help. And if you live in a colder climate or rarely go outside, fatty fish like salmon, fortified milk, or a low-dose supplement might give you the boost your body needs. It's one of the simplest senior health tips, but also one of the most overlooked. I'm Dr. Dan, and in number 7, we're diving into a vitamin that supports both your nerves and your movement, and it's especially important if you're feeling tingling or weakness in your hands or feet. Keep watching. Number 5. Refined grains, white pasta, white rice. If you've ever felt sleepy, heavy, or drained after lunch, even when you didn't eat that much, your white rice or white pasta could be playing a bigger role than you think. These refined grains might seem gentle on the stomach, but the way they're processed strips away the fiber and nutrients your body needs to maintain steady energy. What's left behind breaks down fast, flooding your bloodstream with sugar, then crashing it just as quickly. That crash isn't just about feeling tired. It might interfere with how your muscles absorb energy and rebuild. Over time, these swings might lead to insulin resistance, making it harder for nutrients to reach your muscle tissue, especially if you're already managing diabetes or dealing with excess weight. According to the National Institutes of Health, a high intake of refined grains might contribute to blood sugar instability, which could reduce muscle affection and slow recovery in older adults, particularly those with type 2 diabetes or low physical activity. Here's what makes this more serious. When your body can't regulate blood sugar efficiently, it's not just your energy that suffers. It's your strength, your balance, and your ability to recover after something as simple as a walk or a fall. Try swapping refined grains for whole grain pasta, brown rice, or quinoa. These foods digest more slowly, keep your energy stable, and give your muscles a better shot at staying strong. These kinds of senior health tips are small, but they add up fast, especially when your goal is to stay independent and mobile. If white rice or pasta tends to leave you feeling tired or sluggish, type 5 below, you're definitely not alone. I'm Dr. Dan, and now that we've covered the worst pantry mistakes, it's time to shift gears. In the next section, I'll show you the vitamins your body does need, and one in particular that might be the key to reversing muscle loss. Don't miss it. So just to recap, we've walked through 5 everyday pantry foods that might feel harmless, but if you're over 60, they could quietly chip away at your muscle strength. From those sweet cereals in the morning to the refined pasta at dinner, it's not just what you eat, it's how your body responds over time, especially if you're already managing things like blood pressure, joint pain, or diabetes. And hey, don't worry, this isn't about cutting everything out, it's about knowing what to look for. and what to look out for. Now, in the next part, we're shifting from warnings to solutions. I'll walk you through the essential vitamins your muscles actually need, and one of them might just be the missing piece in your daily routine. If this has been helpful, take a second to hit subscribe and follow along with us at Healthcase, where we keep your strength, independence, and well-being front and center. But cutting out the bad stuff is only half the story. Now let's talk about what your body actually needs, especially after 60, to stay strong, steady, and energized. Because if your muscles are quietly disappearing, the right nutrients might help bring some of that strength back. Number 4. High sodium canned soup. If you've noticed your legs swelling a little after dinner, or you feel oddly tired after a light meal, your favorite canned soup might be part of the reason. It's a common habit, especially if you live alone. Dinner time comes, and instead of cooking, you grab a warm can of soup. Quick, easy, and comforting. But for adults over 60, this nightly routine might be quietly working against your strength and muscle recovery. Most canned soups are loaded with sodium, not just for flavor, but to preserve shelf life. The problem is, this salt-heavy formula can put real strain on your blood vessels, heart, and kidneys. And when sodium builds up, your body holds on to fluid, leading to bloating, increased blood pressure, and tension throughout your system. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, a high-sodium diet might raise your blood pressure and cause fluid retention, which could reduce muscle performance and increase the risk of fatigue in older adults. If you're already living with heart disease or kidney concerns, this kind of meal might make things worse without you realizing it. The worst part? This doesn't feel like a bad food. It feels light, gentle, even good for you. But when your muscles are trying to stay strong, they don't just need protein, they need circulation, hydration, and stable blood pressure too. Try swapping canned soup for a homemade broth with low-sodium stock, or simply add fresh vegetables to hot water with a dash of herbs. You'd be surprised how quickly your body responds, and your legs might thank you. These small changes are a big part of real senior health tips, because protecting your strength is about more than exercise. I'm Dr. Dan, and in number 5, we'll look at one pantry item that millions of Americans eat weekly, but it might be making your muscles lose power, one bite at a time. Keep watching. Number 3. Processed snacks. If your legs feel heavier by the afternoon, or your hands start losing strength during daily tasks, your snack drawer might be part of the problem. It's a moment we all recognize. You sit down after lunch, reach for a bag of chips or a sleeve of crackers, and tell yourself, just a light snack. But for adults over 60, these processed snacks might quietly trigger a chain reaction that makes it harder for your body to hold on to muscle strength. Most of these packaged snacks are loaded with sodium, artificial fats, and chemical preservatives. These ingredients don't just raise your blood pressure, they might contribute to inflammation around the joints and in muscle tissue itself, especially if you already have high blood pressure or kidney concerns. According to Harvard Health, excessive sodium and low-quality fats in processed foods might increase the risk of inflammation and weakened muscle sufficiency, particularly in older adults with existing chronic conditions. Even if you don't feel the damage right away, these snacks might reduce your recovery after activity, making every step feel harder over time. Instead of reaching for ultra-processed chips or crackers, try switching to a handful of unsalted nuts, a boiled egg, or a few slices of apple with almond butter. These simple changes give your body clean fuel, not artificial fillers. If you're over 60, your muscles need every bit of support they can get. Don't let snack habits chip away at your strength. Following these senior health tips might help you stay active longer without the mid-afternoon crash. Any salty snacks or packaged treats sitting in your cabinet right now? Be honest. Type 3 in the comments if that sounds like you. I'm Dr. Dan, and in number 4, we'll look at a pantry item that seems warm and comforting, but could be quietly raising your blood pressure every night. You don't want to miss that one. Number 2, white bread. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't sting, but over time, it might not. White bread made from refined flour lacks fiber and essential nutrients. It can spike your blood sugar quickly, and over time, it may interfere with how your muscles absorb and use nutrients, ultimately reducing your strength. Imagine your body like a system trying to stay in balance. Every bite you take either strengthens it or slowly wears it down. And white bread? It's one of those foods that might feel comforting, but actually creates a slow leak in your foundation. Here's what's really going on. White bread is made from refined flour, a form of carbohydrate that's been stripped of fiber and nutrients. It digests quickly and turns to sugar in your bloodstream almost instantly. That rapid spike in blood sugar might leave you feeling energized for a moment, but what comes next is the crash. And worse, repeated spikes like that over time might contribute to a condition called insulin resistance, where your cells stop responding well to insulin. When that happens, your body struggles to move nutrients into muscle tissue where they're needed for repair and strength. According to Mayo Clinic, refined carbohydrates like white bread might raise your risk of type 2 diabetes, which can make it harder for your body to maintain lean muscle and heal properly. For older adults, especially those already dealing with blood sugar issues, this might make the decline in strength happen faster than you think. The damage isn't dramatic. It's not a collapse. It's erosion. Over months and years, this kind of diet might make you weaker, slower, and more prone to falls or fatigue. That's why switching to whole grain options isn't just trendy, it's protective. Whole grains break down slower, keep your energy steady, and help your muscles stay fueled longer. One small change today could make a big difference in how you move 6 months from now. If you care about maintaining strength and mobility, these senior health tips aren't optional, they're essential. I'm Dr. Dan, and number 3 will reveal one pantry food that looks completely harmless, but might be harming your circulation every single night. You'll want to see it. Number 1, sugary cereals. You may think that bowl of cereal is helping you start your day strong, but for adults over 60, it might be doing the opposite. Let's talk about what really happens when you reach for sugary cereals in the morning. Most of these boxed cereals are packed with refined sugar, a type of added sweetener that quickly spikes your blood sugar. It gives you a short burst of energy, but it doesn't last. Over time, high sugar intake might interfere with your body's ability to maintain muscle strength, especially if you already have diabetes or low physical activity. According to the National Institutes of Health, excessive sugar can contribute to chronic inflammation and insulin resistance, two conditions that are often linked to accelerated muscle breakdown in older adults. And if your immune system is already weakened, this could make things worse. This doesn't mean you need to give up breakfast, but it does mean switching to whole food options that support, not shrink, your muscle mass. If you agree that sugary cereals could be weakening your body after 60, type OK in the comments. If you're not convinced, just write no. Stay with me, we've only scratched the surface. I'm Dr. Dan, and I promise you, what's coming in number 2 will surprise you. These senior health tips could be the difference between staying active and slowly losing strength. Let's keep going. Hydration, the silent muscle builder. You might be eating all the right foods, but if you're not drinking enough water, your muscles could still be struggling in silence. Most people don't think of water as a muscle-building tool. But the truth is, every fiber in your body needs proper hydration to contract, recover, and stay resilient, especially as you age. And when you're over 60, Your body doesn't signal thirst as strongly, even when it actually needs fluids. Here's the thing. When your muscles are even slightly dehydrated, they become more prone to cramping, stiffness, and fatigue. You might feel weak after a walk, or notice your legs get heavy after climbing stairs, not because you're losing strength, but because your muscles can't perform without enough fluid. According to the National Institute on Aging, older adults are at higher risk of dehydration, which might contribute to muscle weakness, slower recovery, and even balance issues. The fix doesn't have to be complicated. Keep a small glass nearby and sip throughout the day. Herbal teas, broths, or even water-rich fruits like oranges and cucumbers can make a difference. And remember, thirst is a late signal. Stay ahead of it. Sometimes senior health tips are less about changing your diet and more about supporting what your body already wants to do. And water? It's one of the simplest and most overlooked ways to keep your muscles alive and working. And if you've been following along, you already know just a few small changes, like drinking more water or checking your vitamin levels, can help your muscles stay active, responsive, and strong. Start early, and the payoff isn't just more energy, it's better balance, faster recovery, and a real chance to stay independent longer without relying on others for the simple things. Because the truth is, your muscles don't vanish overnight. It's what you do or don't do each day that shapes your strength over time. That's the heart of this video. Your body might be losing power quietly, but you still have a choice to take it back. So please, talk to your doctor, get your blood work checked, drink enough water, and choose food that supports you, not slows you down. Also, just a quick reminder, the information I'm sharing here is for your reference and better understanding only. It's not a substitute for medical advice or a proper diagnosis. Always check with your healthcare professional when it comes to your health. And if this helped you at all, don't forget to subscribe, share this with someone you care about, and keep following us right here at Healthcase, where your strength is always worth fighting for.